There's like loopholes with it.
Yeah. It's like, right, yep, fire me. What are you gonna do?
Critical race theory.
Critical race theory.
Critical race theory.
The hot topic of critical race theory may now become front and center here in Utah.
I'm Adam Gillette with Accuracy in Media, and today's installment of our investigation into public education takes us to the incredibly red, incredibly conservative state of Utah, where once again we found public school administrators who are more than happy to deceive parents in order to push the principles associated with critical race theory.
People are like, how'd you pass ethnic studies in your state? I have no idea.
Well, one thing at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah.
The work that him and Dr. G do, like going out, having those critical conversations, helping teacher front load some of those lessons that might be considered, you know, like CRT or white privilege, things like that, how to name things and talk about things.
What are you going to do if they pass one of those stupid, like, anti-CRT laws? Even if you're not teaching it, like, in Texas it ends up hitting other things.
They're not going to pursue it like they would in Texas.
Really?
I really don't think so.
Okay.
Well, they've kind of gone around it because it just shows, like, the board did, state board did a definition of what is equity and what is contained in schools, and they have like a whole policy on professional development around equity. And so professional development, and so there's like loopholes with it that it just goes back to the LEA for equity and for things. And so whenever our team goes out, we don't do an opt-out prior to. They just go out, meet the kids, work with them. We operate like a math department. And then we give a letter after they go out saying, we were in your school, and this is what they talked about.
That's right, they don't even give parents an opportunity to opt out. I guess they believe better to ask forgiveness than ask permission. Is that really the attitude that you want public school administrators to have towards your child?
We have a teacher at the high school, and his name's Isaac. When all of the stuff happened, he had Black Lives Matter flag, great big one. And he was just loud and proud. And even after the board said, you know, you can't have a flag bigger than the American flag. I mean, it was huge. It was huge. You know, bigger than the American flag. You know, you got to. And he was like, no, I'm not going to. And whereas other teachers were fearful, right?
Right.
He was like, fire me. Right. And he's got enough tenure, and they're like, oh, okay. You know, he's like, right, yep, fire me. What are you gonna do?
He has backing from the union.
Yeah.
That is good.
Right. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you.
You know, I often make the point that these administrators and educators that we capture aren't terrible people. They're not one-dimensional villains. They mean well by your child. But what they view as in the best interest of your child might be dramatically different from what you view as in the best interest of your child. But it also speaks to how powerful the union is, how unaccountable these teachers are, that they can do whatever they want and not even fear being reprimanded by the district.
Before I was in this role, my department did a discourse unit on social justice issues.
What does the MAGA crowd or the church say when you start talking about social justice?
You teach it to a group of seniors at West Jordan High, and they don't.
It's an elective.
Well, it was a required class. It was English 12.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Would you say in the later years, like high school or even middle school, do they get any social justice?
Yeah. In junior high, yes.
There are things as a high school teacher that frustrated me, like you can't ask for pronouns. That they made that law. I still did, and a lot of the high school teachers I know, especially in the English department, because we were like, this is bull crap. Like, we still did.
The president of the American Federation of Teachers, Randy Weingarten, once said she would start caring about children once children started paying union dues. These incredibly powerful teachers' unions are the biggest donors in American politics. They donate more money than George Soros and Charles Koch. And now these far left radical organizations are being brought in to push social justice into your schools.
The American Federation of Teachers and several other groups, they have this curriculum that they bring in, and we have trainers. So we've had train the trainers, so now we have trainers internally in our district that train on social justice and NEA programs about that.
Culture diversity specialists go out and they talk to students about what is diversity, what is microaggressions, especially at the middle school level, and
That's
and have
awesome.
those conversations. So even with the national pushback of the craziness, our board was supportive and our superintendent continually supportive.
We hear a lot about social and emotional learning, SEL, which is often, but not always, a Trojan horse to push the principles of critical race theory. And when parents speak out against it and demand a different curriculum for their child, they often get deceived.
We have an SEL curriculum in every school, and that is state expectation. That comes from the legislature, you guys. Even with that woke curriculum, so I came up with an alternate curriculum for that child. It is still an SEL curriculum. Right? I was like, so how about your child do this and this and this during that time? That sounds fantastic. Usually, well, of course it's not, but it's for this. It meets the same objectives.
Publicly, administrators tell parents that if they don't like the resources and books their children are being forced to read, that they can speak up about it. But privately, they sing a very different tune.
We do have a procedure where anybody could challenge a book, and we would follow that procedure and that state policy.
Hopefully it's a difficult process, though.
It's really, really horribly hard.
I love to hear that.
And it's horribly hard for everybody. So I'm having a hard time envisioning a lot of people following through with this.
We've always had a policy in the 20 years that I've been in the district about appealing curriculum, including appealing books, and it has to follow a pretty strict process of anybody who requests the book to be banned has to have read the entire book, and their child has to have read the entire book, and then they have to meet with a committee that includes parents and teachers and administrators and district people. And
So they make it pretty difficult.
It is.
And teachers' unions aren't the only far-left organizations that are brought into public education in Utah. They're also bringing in Planned Parenthood.
We have a very close partnership with Planned Parenthood, and they come speak in our district all the time. And give presentations.
Awesome.
So that's different than other places that you talk to, because other places are like, Planned Parenthood don't have that.
I mean, you still probably use Planned Parenthood resources.
Oh yeah, in our district we definitely do, and they have, I mean, they guest speak. Not just do they have curriculum in our classrooms, but the Planned Parenthood people come in and speak in our high schools and in our junior highs and things like that.
Well, I imagine you probably don't lead with telling the NAGA parents that we're bringing in Planned Parenthood.
No, we don't do that, but they, it's all published on our website and like all the resources that we use and that kind of thing, so anybody can look at any time and see what we're using or what those options are, but...
Yeah, but thankfully, normally they don't actually look.
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, credit to that district for not entirely hiding the fact that they're working with Planned Parenthood, but how vigilant should parents have to be in order to make sure that their children are being educated rather than indoctrinated? But maybe you want that for your child. And it's for that reason that the best solution to this problem is school choice. We should fund students, not systems. Parents should be the ones to determine what types of organizations come in and talk to their children every year. Again, I'm Adam Gillette with Accuracy Media. Stay tuned for the next part of this investigation where we travel to yet another red state and expose public school administrators who are deceiving parents. And if you want to see more videos like this, click on the link below to support our work right now. And if you want to take action, we've got a link where you could send one message that will go directly to all of your legislators, letting them know that you want school choice.